Can a simple 5-cent coin be worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars? Today, we're examining two Jefferson nickels that often spark curiosity among collectors: the 1959 no-mint mark nickel and the 1960 D nickel. Are they rare treasures hiding in plain sight, or just common coins with interesting stories? Stay with me as we break down their history, unique characteristics, and true collector value. Step 1. The coin you're referring to, a 1960 D Jefferson nickel, belongs to one of the most widely collected and recognizable coin series produced by the United States Mint. While every coin has its own story and collecting appeal, it's important to start with a grounded perspective. The 1960 D nickel is generally considered a common-date coin rather than an ultra-rare or high-value issue. Its importance in numismatics is therefore tied more to its role within the long-running Jefferson nickel series than to inherent rarity or extraordinary market prices. The Jefferson nickel series itself was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and honoring Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. By 1960, the design had already been in circulation for over 2 decades, making the coin part of an established and mature series. The D Mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary production facilities responsible for supplying coinage to the western United States. This historical context situates the coin within a period of high-volume coin production during America's post-war economic expansion. From a design standpoint, the 1960 D Jefferson nickel maintains the classic Felix Schlag portrait of Jefferson on the obverse. The reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate, rendered with a symmetrical architectural style. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams, and measures 21.2 in diameter. These technical specifications were standard for the series, emphasizing durability and uniformity rather than novelty. In high-grade examples, however, the sharpness of Monticello's steps and the clarity of Jefferson's hair details become central to collector evaluation. When discussing rarity, the key factor is mintage. The 1960 D Jefferson nickel was produced in very large numbers, with well over 200 million pieces struck. Such a high output places the coin firmly in the common category. Unlike low mintage issues or coins associated with major design transitions, the 1960 D does not benefit from built-in scarcity. As a result, circulated examples are abundant, and even uncirculated specimens are relatively easy to locate compared to genuinely rare coins. Condition, however, introduces nuance. While the coin itself is common, superbly preserved examples can still carry premiums. Coins graded mint state (MS) by professional services may command higher prices depending on strike quality and surface preservation. Collectors often seek full steps (FS) examples where the steps of Monticello are fully defined. These coins are scarcer than average strikes, yet even here, values typically remain moderate rather than dramatic. In terms of market value, typical circulated 1960 D nickels generally trade at face value or slightly above, often ranging from a few cents to a few dollars depending on eye appeal. Uncirculated examples might bring anywhere from roughly $10 to $50, with higher-grade certified coins occasionally reaching into the low hundreds. Only exceptional outliers, such as top population grading results, dramatic mint errors, or unusual varieties, approach significantly higher price levels, and even then, 4-figure valuations are uncommon. The perception of value is sometimes influenced by misunderstandings about mint marks and dates. Many collectors new to the hobby assume that older coins or coins with mint marks are automatically rare. In reality, rarity is driven by survival rates, condition scarcity, and collector demand rather than age alone. The 1960 D nickel, despite being over 6 decades old, survives in large quantities because it was heavily produced and saved by collectors. For those interested in collecting this coin, the focus should be on quality rather than speculative value. Look for strong strikes, minimal contact marks, and if possible, full steps designation. Certification from reputable grading services can provide confidence in authenticity and condition. Proper storage, such as inert holders or albums designed for long-term preservation, helps prevent tunning, corrosion, and physical damage. The enduring appeal of the 1960 D Jefferson nickel lies less in rarity and more in accessibility. It offers collectors an affordable entry point into the Jefferson series, allowing enthusiasts to study strike characteristics, grading standards, and die varieties without major financial risk. Coins like this often serve as educational pieces that build foundational numismatic knowledge. Ultimately, while the 1960 D Jefferson nickel is not considered an ultra-rare or high-value coin in standard forms, it still holds legitimate historical and collecting interest. Its value is best understood through the lens of condition, grading, and specialized attributes rather than inflated price expectations. Appreciating the coin for its design, craftsmanship, and place within American coinage history provides a far more accurate and satisfying perspective for collectors. Step 2. The 1959 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is a classic example of how a coin can be historically meaningful, yet widely misunderstood in terms of rarity and value. As part of the enduring Jefferson Nickels series produced by the United States Mint, this coin attracts steady interest from collectors, particularly those building complete date and mint mark sets. However, despite its age and familiarity, the 1959 issue is not inherently rare, and its desirability is driven more by condition and specialized attributes than by scarcity alone. By 1959, the Jefferson Nickels series had already been circulating for over 20 years, having first been introduced in 1938 to honor Thomas Jefferson. The absence of a mint mark indicates production at the Philadelphia Mint, which historically did not use mint marks on most coins of this period. This places the coin within a time of robust American coin production, reflecting the economic stability and industrial efficiency of the post-war United States rather than a limited or experimental issue. Artistically, the coin maintains the well-known Felix Schlag design. Jefferson's left-facing portrait dominates the obverse, characterized by clean lines and balanced proportions. The reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's iconic home, rendered with architectural symmetry and restrained elegance. The composition of copper-nickel alloy, the 5-gram weight, and the standardized diameter underscore the mint's emphasis on durability and consistency, qualities that helped ensure the series' longevity in circulation. What often intrigues collectors is not the basic design, but the subtleties visible in high-grade examples. Fine details such as Jefferson's hair definition, the sharpness of lettering, and especially the clarity of Monticello's steps become critical evaluation points. Coins exhibiting strong strikes and minimal contact marks reveal the craftsmanship of the dies and the quality of the minting process, transforming an otherwise common coin into a technically impressive specimen. From a rarity perspective, the 1959 Jefferson nickel is firmly categorized as a common date coin. The Philadelphia Mint struck tens of millions of these nickels, ensuring widespread distribution and high survival rates. Circulated examples are abundant, and even uncirculated coins are relatively easy to obtain. Unlike genuinely scarce coins, there is no structural rarity based on mintage figures, which means collector premiums depend almost entirely on condition and eye appeal. Condition rarity, however, introduces an important distinction. While most surviving coins show wear, examples graded at the highest mint state levels, particularly those with a full steps designation, become significantly scarcer. These coins represent the best preserved and best struck survivors of the issue. The difference between an average uncirculated coin and an elite, top population specimen can be dramatic, both visually and financially. In terms of market value, typical circulated 1959 nickels generally trade close to face value, often between a few cents and a few dollars. Standard uncirculated coins commonly range from roughly $10 to $40 depending on quality. Certified high-grade coins may command higher premiums, sometimes reaching several $100s. Only exceptional outliers, such as MS-67 or MS-67 full steps examples, occasionally cross into four-figure territory, and even then, such prices are the exception rather than the rule. Misconceptions about value frequently arise from assumptions that older coins or coins lacking mint marks must be rare. In reality, age alone does not create rarity. Coins from the mid-20th century were produced in enormous quantities, and many were saved by collectors. True market value emerges from a combination of preservation quality, grading population data, and collector demand rather than simple date recognition. For collectors pursuing a 1959 Jefferson nickel, the smartest strategy is to focus on quality metrics rather than inflated price expectations. Seek coins with strong luster, minimal abrasions, and sharp step definition. Professional certification provides assurance of authenticity and grade accuracy, while proper storage protects the coin's surfaces from environmental damage. Patience is often rewarded, as attractive examples are readily available through reputable dealers and auctions. The lasting appeal of the 1959 Jefferson nickel lies in its accessibility, historical continuity, and educational value within the broader series. It offers collectors an opportunity to study strike characteristics, grading nuances, and preservation standards without requiring major financial investment. Appreciating the coin for its design, technical qualities, and role in American coinage history provides a more accurate and ultimately more satisfying perspective than viewing it through unrealistic valuation assumptions.